What's up, guys? I'm here with the week of WrestleMania. Yes, I'm doing my WrestleMania review, Raw and SmackDown, all here in this video. Be sure to check out my 2K16 videos down in my videos, and also you can check out what I thought was going to happen at WrestleMania. The WrestleMania kickoff show started with an empty crowd of Kalisto versus Ryback, and of course Kalisto was going to retain his United States Championship. And of course we understand that the crowd wasn't just empty because no one wanted to watch it. It's because obviously they had some issues there. But of course that was a good match there, and Kalisto retained his United States Championship. Match number 2 of the kickoff was the 5-on-5 Divas match, which you can't call them Divas anymore. They're women, or as Lita mentioned in the kickoff show, they're superstars. But anyway, in the 5-on-5, Team Total Divas versus Team Blonde and Team Bad. And that match was a pretty good women's match, good kickoff show, and Team Total Divas picked up the win there. And of course, Brie Bella was going to win, and Lana was in her kind of swimsuit. Anyway, that was a good match there. And also match number 3 and the final show of the kickoff show was the Dudley Boys versus the Usos. The Usos picked up the win there, but also people were, wow, you know, the world was going there, where the Dudleys was finally going to get the tables out at the end of the match, but then the Usos put the Dudley Boys in through the tables. I said Dudley Boys then, but Dudley Boys in through the tables instead. Now let's go to WrestleMania itself. Obviously that was WrestleMania, but WrestleMania started off with the ladder match for the Intercontinental Championship match. Who did we thought was going to win? We're going to say, was it going to be Kevin Owens? Could it have been Sami Zayn? Could it have been Dolph Ziggler? No, the least expected person who's going to win was Zack Ryder. At least we thought it was going to be The Miz. The last person on the ladder behind The Miz was Zack Ryder to push him off and win his first Intercontinental Championship win. And also I think he mentioned that it was his first WrestleMania. So well done to Zack Ryder there. Unfortunately, he lost it on Raw the following night, so he didn't even hold the belt for that long. But then that pretty much was the greatest match in WrestleMania, which led on to where it kind of went downhill. These are not in particularly any order, but then the Undertaker and Shane McMahon match was a good match, but it just led up to one moment of Shane jumping off the cell and Undertaker picked up the win, obviously. And then the main event of the evening was Triple H coming out with some scary men and Stephanie McMahon, with Roman Reigns getting booed out the building. And can we believe they did it? They gave Roman Reigns the WWE Championship. And also the other matches are the New Day versus the League of Nations. And that, for some reason, I thought that was for the Tag Team Championship, but it wasn't for the Tag Team Championship. But anyway, that's because the League of Nations won, but they didn't win the Tag Team Championship. But then that just led to the moment of Shawn Michaels, Mick Foley, and Stone Cold Steve Austin to come out to give the stunner to all the people who came out. Obviously to make it look like that. And also they can't count saying these 3 men, but they was 4 and whatever. Also, the other matches were the Women's Championship match, where Charlotte got the win because of Ric Flair. We all wanted Sasha Banks or Becky Lynch to win, but we got Charlotte to win. Nevertheless. Anyway, the other matches what was at WrestleMania was, there was the heavyweight, which was, for some reason, was it non-disqualification? We thought it was told that it was going to be non-disqualification, but then they were getting counted out, and then Triple H got a sledgehammer, and the ref was like, no, you're going to get disqualified. But then in clear view, we could see it in clear view that Roman Reigns speared Stephanie McMahon, and yet he didn't get disqualified. Anyway, moving on to Raw. Yes, I probably missed out some WrestleMania matches, but oh yeah, one other bit on WrestleMania. The Rock, the most electrifying superstar of WWE, and yes, he basically told a big lie saying that we broke the record of 101,000 or something like that. But no, if you check on whatculture.com, you'll see that they did beat the record, but it wasn't 101,000. It was at least like 94,000 they mentioned. Also, one other match I forgot to mention was Dean Ambrose and Brock Lesnar, which I actually think was the best match. I can't believe I forgot to just about to mention that. Brock Lesnar versus Dean Ambrose. No hold barred street fight. Both of them put out a great fight there. Brock Lesnar picked up the win, which for some reason, and then you also saw at one point Brock Lesnar suplexed Dean Ambrose, but instead of Dean Ambrose going on the chairs, Brock Lesnar landed on the chairs. But nevertheless, we didn't get to see all the weapons. All the good weapons of what's going to be used, like Dean Ambrose picking up the chainsaw, which was saying that didn't work, and then Brock Lesnar, and Dean Ambrose picking up that baseball bat from Mick Foley. Obviously, he got suplexed before he get to use it. So all the good weapons. I'd say the most violent weapon we saw was a fire extinguisher. But anyway, the night following on Raw, everyone's like, give Shane McMahon the chance because Shane McMahon kicked off Raw Miss Mankind kicked off Raw, and then they gave Shane McMahon finally gave the chance, which kind of made the Undertaker match pointless. I mean, he got Raw anyway. Anyway, the first match was the tag team match between the New Day versus the League of Nations, and obviously the New Day won, holding up the last piece of Buios. They make sure you ain't buoy. But they should have told that to King Barrett when Sheamus said, we're going to eliminate our team is only good as our weakest link or something like that. So they basically took out King Barrett, which is good for him. King Barrett should just leave. I mean, he's getting screwed in the WWE. They should go to that, at least like that Saint, what W can't mention, TNA or something, along with a load of other superstars. Also, we saw a lot of good debuts on there. And talking of debuts, at WrestleMania, we also saw a debut of Baron Corbin into who won the Andre the Giant Battle Royal. I can't say that word. Can you believe WWE actually booked something correctly this time? But talking of the Andre the Giant Battle Majig, that match was like a couple of years. It was like going on for at least like 10 minutes. That only went for like 5 minutes, and then but WrestleMania went on for really, really long. Anyway, back to Raw. There was their number one contenders match, which for the heavyweight championship, which Roman Reigns was still getting booed out the building, saying, "I'm not a good guy. I'm not a bad guy. I'm the guy." What are you trying to be, Ric Flair? Whoa! Anyway, Roman Reigns, was now being a number one contenders match, a fatal four-way with AJ Styles, Kevin Owens, originally Sami Zayn, and Chris Jericho. Because now, of course, Kevin Owens doesn't want to be the Intercontinental Championship anymore. He clearly doesn't care. He doesn't want it anymore. And he's going for the Heavyweight Championship. And then Kevin Owens basically put Sami Zayn through a table, injuring, meaning, oh, who's going to be in the match now? It's still going to be fatal four-way, but instead it's going to be Cesaro, and ripping off his suit. But AJ Styles picked up the win. Finally, AJ Styles is going to be the number one contender for the World Heavyweight Championship. And of course, is this going to be a thing to make Roman Reigns look good? Or is it actually going to be finally a way for AJ Styles to win the championship? Leave your thoughts for that in the comments below. Of course, we saw Baron Corbin take on Dolph Ziggler and basically it ended in a double count out, but then he put Dolph Ziggler using the end of days and putting him straight on the mat, and then that was it for that. Also, the worst thing, what I mentioned earlier, is that The Miz won the Intercontinental Championship. One of the best things you did in WrestleMania, and then you ruined it by giving it The Miz the Intercontinental Championship. And what's worse about that, he had a rematch on SmackDown, which, thanks to The Miz's wife, that the fact is that The Miz is still the Intercontinental Championship. Where is this going? What do you think? Who's going to challenge The Miz now? Do you think it's still going to be what's his name, Zack Ryder, or do you think someone else is going for it? Leave it in the comments below. Talking of debuts, we also saw the Vondervillains on SmackDown. And also, talking of SmackDown, we saw the main event of Kevin Owens and team of Chris Jericho versus AJ Styles and Cesaro. And thanks to the interruption of Sami Zayn, AJ Lee picked up the pin. And of course, I meant to say AJ Styles, not AJ Lee. Now, is Tyler Breeze just a punch bag now? I mean, on Raw, we see him lose against Apollo Crews. Obviously, we want someone from NXT, obviously, to win their first match. But then, on SmackDown, he also lost against the returning Dean Ambrose, which was a short but pointless match, which obviously Dean Ambrose won that. But do you think Ty Breeze is just a punch bag? Leave it in the comments below. And that's pretty much it, really. I mean, there's nothing else I really have to talk about. Leaving your thoughts in the comments below, like I've mentioned. Like this video, share this video, and subscribe for more, because I'll be sure to bring you more Raw reactions, SmackDown reactions, pay-per-view reactions and predictions, and more 2K16 predictions. So please stay tuned for that and subscribe for more.